Engaging the community in our efforts is critical to the progress we are making. Originally started by the church at Rancho Bernardo, Churches Against Trafficking is now organized through the CJR. We believe the local church is a key to combating trafficking and that every person of faith can be a part of the solution.
This is a subject that transcends, that infiltrates every socioeconomic level, every ethnicity. You know, it's everywhere because of just humanity that we are, and people that are vulnerable or oppressed. And bringing the church into that conversation is really where the church should be. He came to set the captives free and to loose the chains and untie the cords. And when you read those scriptures, you can't help but know that he was talking about these people. We showed recruitment at every single high school and many junior highs. It's happening with our own teams. 90% of the girls that get rescued are not immigrants. There are kids in our own high schools that get lured in by love, but many of those girls were broken as children, so they're the girls that go into those doorways. And so the church is very much at the center of this.
We continue to build important strategic partnerships. As we listen, the community voices shape our work. Our friendship with Armand King has helped us better understand the complexity of the issue in our neighborhoods. A former pimp, Armand King went on to found Paving Great Futures and is inspiring young men in his community to pursue new options outside of gang life.
My involvement is trying to stop another generation from going down the same pathway that me and my generation went through, where our only alternative to succeed in life seemed like it was prostitution or being a pimp. Mm-hmm. So my involvement is to step in where others didn't previous to this time. Mm-hmm. That's my job.
So we had been researching and talking to a few folks. Actually, we talked to quite a few folks before you and I met at a public meeting. It was a pretty amazing meeting because I remember I was just laying out some initial ideas, trying to get some feedback about what we're seeing out there. And you and a friend came up and said, "Oh, no, wait a second. Let me tell you what's going on behind you. You're not listening to the right people. There's a whole nother side to this, a whole nother range of people that listen to." And it opened up quite a friendship, quite a conversation, didn't it?
See, yes, it did. And see, that's the importance of the community being involved. Because if myself and the friend weren't there, mm-hmm. then it would have just been kind of not one-sided information because you did your research, but then there's a whole nother angle that would have just been missed. Like you said, this is not an easy task. This has been around way before we were born. Yeah. You know, this is a long problem that's been around forever. So it's going to for us to actually make a dent in it. Yeah. I'm not saying we're just going to come in and combine the forces and alleviate the problem, but we do want to make a dent in it. We do want to start the cycle to change, and it's going to take the community voice, it's going to take political voices, it's going to take professors, it's going to take researchers, it's going to take all of us to actually work together and not just think my way is the way. And we have a good community here. I love it. I love what we're building here between all the different networks. Yeah. And I just want to see it continue to build, and we can really do something magical here in San Diego. We must be solution-based and stop just looking at the surface and dig down to that root. Because until you dig that root up, for those that are gardeners, you're going to get that weed again and again and again. You must get into that dirt, get dirty, and if you're not willing to get dirty, get somebody that is, and dig that root up.
We refuse to be consoled by easy answers or to simply be overwhelmed by the complexity of it all. Our faith drives us to a hope in a future where there will be good news for the poor, release to the captive, sight for the blind, freedom for the oppressed, and where all things will be set right. As a Christian liberal arts university, we nurture the intellectual disciplines to look right into the darkness of our deepest injustices. We then nurture the strength of character to stay in the darkness long enough to deepen our understanding. And with our faith that God is in the business of reconciling all things, we nurture the moral disposition to engage these injustices for the long haul. We are not satisfied with getting student slacktivists engaged in the social cause of the moment. We want to send out students whose vocations and callings are shaped by a vision of our God who bends the arc of the universe towards justice, who refuses to separate justice from love, and who calls us to commit not just our careers, but our lives to the service of others.